to North Valley Old Tappan High School here in Old Tappan, New Jersey, where the Wayne Hills Patriots and Old Tappan Golden Knights will square off in a heated rivalry match which dates back 50 years. I'm Aaron Hook alongside my broadcast partner Isaiah Ahumada. And Isaiah, both of these teams are 1-1. Wayne Hills coming off a really thrilling win against crosstown rival Wayne Valley last week, 14-7 on Valley's turf. Wayne Hills went in there coming off a tough loss to Ridgeview out of South Carolina. They were shut out 12-0 down there. Came home, went into Valley's turf. Got down early with a muffed punt. Valley was able to capitalize early, but then they really settled down. Mike Tasasanta and the rest of the offense really settled down. A passing touchdown and the rushing touchdown for Tasasanta in that game. He looked really comfortable after, midway through the first quarter, and so did the rest of the Patriots. Isaiah, what can you tell me more about that one?
Well, I think it was a great defensive play. Defensive offense and defense played very well. The defense, I think, played a little bit better. Offense made mistakes. So did special teams with the kick return in the beginning and the interception when Hills was up. But overall, I think they played very well. They were sloppy in the beginning, but they picked it up a bit. They made some great plays. Mike Tasasanta really using those legs. He can really run out the pocket, look for open wide receivers, or even run himself. Great plays by Christian Pontalillo with a great catch that would eventually lead to a run-in by Mike Tasasanta, and also a great play by Stephen Maston to put the Wayne Hills Patriots up 14-7 before the half. After that, the offense kind of settled, but they played very well. They ran the ball a lot. They used their running advantage to drain down Valley's defense, and the Hills defense really just stopped Valley's offense. They really couldn't produce anything very big. Even when they had chances to do it, that Hills defense stopped them, and they played very well.
Right, and Isaiah, you mentioned the turnovers from both sides. I mean, Hills with 2 special teams turnovers, an interception, and a fumble. Valley had their share of turnovers. It was a really sloppy game, but Mike Tasasanta, the offense, and especially the offensive line settled down about midway through the first quarter. And this offensive line, when they're opening up holes for Tasasanta and Abita, they can be really dangerous on the ground. And Valley's defense really wasn't able to adjust and stop it. And the roles kind of flipped a little bit, because in the beginning, Tasasanta was the one who was constantly under pressure. His offensive line wasn't getting him any time to throw out of the pocket. Valley's pass rush racked up a couple sacks in the beginning of the game and forced some bad throws. But then it kind of flipped after the first quarter. Tommy Moran of Wayne Valley was the one who was, under that fierce pass rush of Wayne Hills. And didn't have a lot of time in the pocket, had to scramble and made some tough throws. So Wayne Hills did a really, really good job of kind of finding themselves after a tough loss and being down in the rival's home, kind of just finding themselves and doing a really good job of responding, and they came away with a 14-7 win. The rivalry between these two teams has lasted 50-plus years, and the dynamic as of late has been really interesting between these two teams. 2 years ago, Old Tappan knocked Wayne Hills out of the state playoffs, and last year in the sectional semifinal, Wayne Hills was able to overcome Old Tappan and knock them out. Let's take a look at the highlights from last year's Wayne Hills Old Tappan sectional semifinal.
2018 Group 4 State Championship game in freezing conditions at Patriot Stadium. Jaron Hayek starting this game as he usually does. A long kickoff return, setting up the Patriots in plus territory. Wayne Hills, though, down a touchdown. Tom Sharkey would scramble to the right, get across the line of scrimmage, and navigate his way to the near sideline. That's a gain of 20 yards. Old Tappan now trying to answer, but the pass rush is swarming. Eventually it'll be Ben Kurzer taking down the quarterback and forcing a turnover. Wayne Hills with the ball in the second quarter. Tom Sharkey looking to pass, lofts one long for Charles Njoku, who makes the catch. 43-yard touchdown strike. Wayne Hills is on the board. It's 13-7. Next possession, middle screen to Jaron Hayek. Shoots ahead for a gain of 27. In a close game, field position is everything, and Ryan D'Argenio gives the Patriots a big advantage. A 53-yard punt which is touched up at the 1. Into the second half now, Wayne Hills still down 6, and Michael Joyce finds a hole, takes it for 21 yards, setting up a shark attack. Tom Sharkey plunging ahead for a 2-yard touchdown. We are all tied up at 13. Patriots trying to take their first lead. Michael Joyce brings one, racing down the sideline. A 75-yard run sets up a 1st and goal for Wayne Hills. 4th quarter, flip the field. Joyce able to punch it in. Patriots get their first lead of the night, and it comes in the 4th. Now the defense trying to hold strong. 4th down for Old Tappan, and Lumtrim Nasupi gets into the backfield, forcing a turnover. Now the last gasp for Old Tappan, and it's Gabe Delachai spearing the quarterback, locking it up for Wayne Hills. Your final score, Patriots 20, Old Tappan 13. Gatorade baths all around. The Patriots are state champions.
We're back here again at Old Tappan High School, and Wayne Hills has some exceptional players. Isaiah, who's your guy on the Patriots to watch in this one?
For me, it's Wayne Hills starting quarterback, Mike Casasana. He played very well last week. I'm hoping to see a lot of more touchdowns, and I'm really forward to maybe able to see him use his legs and run around the field and just tire out that Valley defense. I'm really hoping he can complete open passes, and I think that he'll be a major key to winning this game.
Yeah, and Isaiah, my guys to watch is actually the entire offensive line in this one. If they can create holes like they did last game, in the middle and the end of the game last week against Wayne Valley for Abita and Tassasan to run, and the offense to kind of move and flow a little bit better, that'll be huge. And speaking of the offensive line, I had a chance to sit down with Wayne Hills right tackle Jack Woodard this week and, discuss last week's Valley game and what he's doing, looking forward to this one. Let's take a look at it. I'm pleased to be joined on set here by Wayne Hills right tackle Jack Woodard. Jack, let's get started. So just recapping the Valley game, you guys held them to 7 points, and as a guy who plays both ways, playing defensive tackle, you got to be happy with that effort. But do you think that, on that first drive there was anything different that you guys could have done from stopping that first touchdown run and maybe holding Valley to a shutout?
We're definitely happy with the result our defense got, but at the same time, that first touchdown from them, we kind of put ourselves in a bad situation there with the muff punt. But we don't blame anyone. We just move right on. And that's what we try to do. Our defense just got right back out there, and we fought, and they scored. But for the rest of the game, we really had them on lockdown. There's a couple things that coach wants to change blitz-wise and stuff. But overall, I think we played pretty solidly.
So, and now moving on to the offensive side of the ball where you do play right tackle. Mike Tasasanta as a quarterback and Noah Abita out of the backfield had 2 pretty good running performances, and you guys kind of infiltrated Valley's defense and were able to kind of move them around and kind of get them off balance a little bit with the run game there. What do you think you and the rest of the guys on the offensive line did well, trying to open up holes for them and stuff like that?
Just the way we practice. We demand excellence in everything that we do here at Wayne Hills, and we practiced all week for all the different looks we were going to get, so we knew what blitzes they were sending. We knew the fronts they were going to run. And I also want to credit Cass and Abita, obviously, because Mike did a great job running the ball and throwing the ball, too. And Abita, it was his first game starting at running back, so I was really impressed with what he did. But I just think our closeness as a unit really helps us because we're all good friends with each other, and we always got each other's back.
And that kind of segues into, this week's preparation for the Old Tappan game. Another big rivalry game in another hostile environment going up there to Old Tappan. What's the preparation like with you guys this week, just in terms of, looking at different sets that they run, different defenses, different schemes, stuff like that?
The same as every week. We try to practice, obviously, as hard as we can every week and prepare for each team. Like, they do have a great chance of beating us. But a lot of film, a lot of practice, obviously. We're going to go through everything that they could possibly send us and be prepared for anything.
And now just one last thing, with Old Tappan being such a good team, ranked, in the top half of teams in the state, is there anything, just mentally just different about this Old Tappan game, especially because of that and the fact that they knocked you guys out of the playoffs a couple of years back? Is there anything just different going through your mind this week as you prepare for the game?
Obviously, we want to win this one a lot. It's a rivalry game, and it would send a huge message to the state, but they're hungry for us, and we want to beat them too. We knocked them out of the playoffs last year and beat them twice, as they did the same thing to us 2 years ago. So it's kind of pretty even on both sides here, and the better team's going to win.
Thanks, Jack, for your time. Well, that's it for tonight's pregame show. Let's send it back to the booth. Welcome back to Northern Valley Old Tappan High School. Captain shaking hands in the coin toss going on right now, just moments away from kickoff here, Isaiah. Now, in the last couple of years, this rivalry has been split. Pretty much down the middle, smacked in the middle even. But, the all-time series has actually been dominated by the Patriots, 39-8-2. Excuse me. This is the 50th all-time matchup. So Wayne Hills wins the coin toss here and defers. So Old Tappan will receive the opening kickoff. But just getting back to that, the historic rivalry here in its 50th matchup, 39-8-2. I mean, the Patriots have historically dominated this matchup.
Yes.
And another interesting nugget, though, to kind of oppose that is the Patriots haven't won in Old Tappan in 12 years. So, this rivalry has a lot of interesting little nuggets and facts about it. Hills has dominated all the time, but it's been a while since they've won here.
Yes, it's been a while, but once again, they haven't played here many times. But hopeful to see a great game between both teams. And let's watch some football.
Now Hills, like we said, coming off a big win against Wayne Valley, trying to carry the momentum here in yet another road game. They haven't played at Wayne Hills High School yet, so next week will be against Fairlawn. That'll be senior night.
Yes.
So 3 straight road games for the Patriots here to begin the season. A loss in Ridgeview, 12-0, and a big-time win last week, and a huge game against Wayne Valley. And they are looking to win their first game here in North Valley Old Tappan in 12 seasons. Jordan Thiel is ready to send it away. Old Tappan has 2 men back deep. And Thiel sends it away, a low kick that takes a couple bounces to about the 10. And Wayne Hills wraps him up right away around the 20-yard line.
This is a much better start than last week when they let Valley get a 60-yard return and almost let them score a touchdown.
Yeah, you're right. Last week, John Testa took the opening kickoff all the way back to the 39-yard line of Wayne Hills. And, I'm sure Coach Demikoff and the coaching staff played that video over and over and over again while watching film this week, just to get in their guys' heads that they cannot let that happen again. And they certainly answered the call this time. Now here's Old Tappan on their first drive. Correctio takes the snap and hands it off. And he's going to be stuffed, and he's going to be pushed back. Looks like he lost a yard on that.
The D-line starting where they left off against Valley last week.
Yeah, the defense really stepped up in a midway after that, that first really, disastrous possession where they did force a 3-and-out, botched the punt, and then let up a touchdown, but the defense stuffing Will Rodriguez in the backfield that time. So Wayne Hills wants to get off to the same start they did last week, Isaiah, but just kind of limit the mistakes as Old Tappan now from about the 19. Correctio fakes the handoff. He's under pressure, rolling right, and he has a man, and he escapes pressure, and he's finally going to be brought down near the 30 at about the 26. It'll be a gain of 7, and 3rd and short coming up now for Old Tappan.
Once again, this defense not letting the opposite side make big plays. Trying to get the ball back here and the score, unlike last week.
Third and short here for the Golden Knights. Correctio in the shot. Motion right to left. Handoff on the sweep. Trying to get to the outside, and he's going to be brought down by Dean Imperato and Noah Abita, and the Wayne Hills Patriots come up it again.
This defense, great start. Not letting anything happen. Great start.
Yeah, and a sweep play that, at first looked like it might have caught the Patriots off balance, but Abita Imperato right there to bring him down, and the Patriots force a 3-and-out on their first defensive possession, and Old Tappan will be forced to send it away. Dean Imperato back deep to return for the Patriots. Just under 10 to go in the first, and Brutovsky got close to blocking that one. Imperato making the fair catch a little in front of the 25-yard line, and the Patriots will set up shop.
That was a very high kick. There was nothing you can do with the ball. As soon as he got the ball, the Otapan was already on him.
You did punt there, you know, trying to pin deep in their own territory, setting up Wayne Hills at about the 29. And now Mike Casasanta in this offense that struggled early on last week, but eventually got rolling and never looked back, will come out of the field here.
We saw what the defense can do. Let's see what this offense can do.
Casasanta in the shotgun. Abita to his left. And a handoff. Abita up the middle. Keeps on pushing. He'll hit about 3 or 4.
These two, Mike Casasanta and Noah Abita, with the right play, can make big yard gains.
Yeah, Casasanta, a great runner behind center at quarterback. Now he fades the handoff. The lefty drops back, fires deep, and he overshoots his man. He was looking for Puntalillo.
Okay. I think he's just testing his arm, see how far he can throw.
Yeah, and Wayne Hills taking a deep shot there, trying to maybe catch the Otapan defense off balance, and Puntalillo was able to get a little bit of separation, but Casasanta just overthrew him. 3rd and 7. Wayne Hills has it at their own 31-yard line. 3rd down and 7. Under 9 to play in the first. Casasanta drops back again. He's under some pressure. Fires, and he fires it wide of Noah Abita. And a great job by the Otapan defense responding and forcing the Patriots to send it away now. A 3-and-out for them.
Smart choice by Casasanta, but he just has to get that ball into the receiver's hands.
Casasanta with 2 inaccurate passes to start the game again. Looking just a little bit rattled. Looked comfortable dropping back, though. Just wasn't able to make the accurate pass. And now Ryan DiArgenio will send it away for the Patriots. And over-end spinning kick. It takes a bounce. And it'll bounce out at about the 42. And now not even 4 minutes into the game, Otapan takes over once again on their own 42-yard line.
We saw a lot of this in the last game against Valley, but that defense really kept that Valley offense down and just ruined their groove. Let's hope to see this against this Otapan team.
In motion, dropping back and throwing. He's got a man, and he'll get close to the 50 before he's brought down. Puntalillo making the tackle there near the 50. 2nd and 4 for the Golden Knights on their own 48-yard line, nearing midfield. Second down and 4 here. Correcto takes the snap. Taking himself. He's under a little bit of pressure, but he's able to get to about midfield. And now a penalty marker on the field. And a penalty against Wayne Hills will move him up all the way to the 35. It'll be a personal foul of 15 yards, and now Otapan in really good position here at the Hills 35 with a fresh set of downs. Correcto out of the shotgun again, hands it off. He's got some running room, and he'll get to about the 30. And Otapan on this drive, with the aid of that 15-yard personal foul, is rolling pretty well here. 2nd and 5 from the 30. Oltapan near threatening distance. Correcto trying to get away from pressure, and he's going to be brought down. What the Nick Lucarello down in the backfield there and brought him down.
It's like deja vu. Nick Lucarello getting the quarterback, just like he did to Tommy Moran last week.
Yeah, and like we said, Isaiah, in the pregame, this pass rush was fierce on Moran and the Valley offensive line this week, and they're looking to do it again here and, you know, pushing it back as far as possible here and forcing a 3rd and long situation is just what Wayne Hills needed. As Oltapan was at the 30, and they looked like they were, you know, pretty close to the red zone and punching it in, but now at their own at the Wayne Hills 35, Correctio drops back, looking for a hole, and he's going to be brought down again. Sharif Onatala gets in the backfield and brings down Correctio and Wayne Hills defense with another stop.
They're not going to make this easy. If Oltapan really wants to score, they really have to test this defense.
Correctio, again, just like last week, you know, with both quarterbacks, it's been a theme here. Not a lot of room to maneuver in the pocket. Had to stay there, tried to take it himself, and Wayne Hills forcing another punt out of the Golden Knights. .5:45 to play. Sent away over the head of Imperato, and it'll bounce into the end zone for a touchback.
Hills offense off to a rough start, but hopefully we see a comeback right here. And Mike and Santa to be able to make accurate passes.
Santa now in the gun. Dan Gerard behind him in the backfield. 3 receivers split out. 2 on the right, Puntalillo on the left. Handoff Gerard. And he's gonna maybe break even on that yardage. Might have lost 1 or 2. He did lose 1. 2nd and 11 on the 19 as Gerard loses 1.
Not a good start to the running game, but let's see. Hopefully they warm up and are able to find holes and make big plays.
Here's Tasasenta out of the gun. Gerard to his right. Tasasenta going to try and take it himself. Finds a little bit of a hole and dives forward. And he'll put him about 6.
Like I said earlier, Mike Hadasana is able to use his legs and just hold the ball a little longer and try to get a first down.
So 3rd and 6 on their own 24. Neither side really able to get anything going. Oltapan was at the Wayne Hills 30, but then 2 really big plays by this Wayne Hills pass rush knocked them back, and they were forced to punt. Now Wayne Hills, 3rd down and 6. Tasasanta alone, out of the gun. He's got 3 split out. Looks, fires, and that ball is going to be intercepted, or did it hit the ground? And they're going to rule that an interception, I believe.
Looks like they might view it just to make sure. And no, I think it could be
And this is going to be ruled an interception. Tasasanta looking to the left, overshot everyone. And the defender playing deep was able to dive and pit that one off.
Mike Hadasana's accuracy a little off right now.
Or so it seems.
Well, looks like the refs are still discussing. And
PA announcer said it was an interception. Maybe the refs have a different idea.
It looks to be a roughing the quarterback. Hills contains the ball.
And they're going to rule it incomplete. My apologies. Or excuse me, that interception won't count. It's going to be roughing the passer on Oltapan.
Oh, what a
So a change of events and a break for Wayne Hills.
What a big mistake by Oltapan. You know, you You force a turnover, but you get called back because of a penalty. And Hills gets another chance to try and score a touchdown.
Took us a while up here to kind of figure out what was going on. Initially ruled an interception. Then it looked like they were signaling that the ball was incomplete, and now a personal foul. And Wayne Hills tries to get the snap off before Old Tappan's defense is set. Another penalty flag comes onto the field. A little bit of confusion here early on in this one.
It could be 12 men on the field, but not sure yet. Let's see what the refs decide.
What's going on here?
And they're just going to pick up the flag. No foul on the play.
Mark, when the defense isn't ready, we throw the flag.
Fans not so happy here about the referee's calls.
Understandably. Referees took a while to figure that one out. Maston, wide right, punt a little wide left. Now a handoff to Obita. He's got a little bit of running room. And he's going to push forward near the 45 to about the 44.
Like you said, the offensive line needs to open up holes for this offense, this rushing offense to get going.
And you saw there that when Abita, again, we discussed it last week in the pregame, when Abita has room to run, he can make stuff happen. A versatile kid in the backfield with speed, power, and big playability. Now Santa hands it off again to Abita, and he's going to be stuffed at about the 45. We'll pick up a yard. And it'll be 3rd down and 4 coming up for the Patriots.
Another 3rd down. They got to get something going here.
So Hills near in midfield at the 46, 3rd down and 4. Clock ticking, under 3 minutes now here to go in the first quarter here at North Valley Old Tappan High School. Nothing. Maston in motion. Santa fakes the handoff. And he's going to be pushed to about maybe the 47. He'll pick up 1, but not enough for the first down.
Seemed like a great play. Just Mike couldn't get there soon enough. If he just bounced out a little bit more, probably would have got the first down, but now it's 4th down. And this Hills team is going to punt.
Hills to punt on 4th and short. D'Argenio back.
So far, a lot of punts here.
Second one of the game for D'Argenio. Snap is a little high. D'Argenio handles it and boots it.
What a great kick.
And that is going to take a bounce. It'll take a Wayne Hills bounce. And it'll be down just before the 10-yard line.
Good punt by Ryan. And hopefully we see more of those.
And Wayne Hills again pinning Old Tappan inside their own 15-yard line. Excellent job of managing field position here by the Patriots. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 13 for the Golden Knights.
Let's go, dude!
Correcto, shotgun set. Handoff. It's Rodriguez, and he'll get over the 15. Second down and 5 from the 18. Rodriguez with a gain of 5 on the ground there. And 14 rushes for 56 yards in last week's loss. Now another handoff. Rodriguez has got a little bit of room to the outside. He breaks a couple. And he'll be knocked out beyond the 40 at about the 43-yard line.
biggest play by Otapan so far, and the biggest amount of yardage that this defense has allowed Otapan to get.
A 25-yard run by Rodriguez. A fresh set of downs near midfield for the Golden Knights. And suddenly, after that punt pinned them deep, they're in pretty good position now. 1:18 to go in the opening quarter. Golden Knights, first down and 10 on their own 41. Rodriguez again takes it. And Wayne Hills does a good job of not allowing another big run there. Jade Groshin on the tackle that time.
Let's go, D! Let's go, defense! Let's go!
Oh, Rich, how do you feel? It's all good.
Correctio takes the snap. Rodriguez again on the carry, and Wayne Hills again stuffs him short.
Great job by this defense stopping the run.
Yeah, especially after running up big gain a couple plays earlier with the 25-yard run by Rodriguez that got the Golden Knights to this position. Wayne Hills, good job on back-to-back consecutive plays, stopping the run from Rodriguez. 3rd and 8 from the 43, Old Tapan. And the first quarter clock will run out. And at the end of one, we are scoreless. The Golden Knights of Old Tapan, nothing. Patriots of Wayne Hills, nothing. Once again, Isaiah, the story in the first quarter, sloppy. The refs all over the place as well, not just the players. Not a lot of big plays to talk about besides the Rodriguez run. A lot of punts, and I mean, for the second straight game, Wayne Hills has taken a little bit of time to get going, and they still haven't gotten going yet. What are some keys for them, going into the second quarter on the offensive side of the ball? We see on the defensive side of the ball, they're doing a pretty good job of limiting the big plays from Old Tapan, but on the offensive side of the ball, what are some keys that you're looking for out of this Wayne Hills offense to try and get going?
Well, the offensive line has to open up a bit more, get Noah Bita and Mike has more running room and bigger holes to run through. And Mike Casasana just unaccurate. He's got to get better at the accuracy, get his targets to his wide receivers, and complete some first downs.
And on one of their offensive drives, Wayne Hills had Dan Gerard in the backfield. That's the first time they've done that this season. And, maybe trying to get a little more creative in the backfield there with Abita. You have Chris Rutovsky and, again, with Michael Joyce not in the lineup for a significant amount of time, getting Gerard a couple of carries back there, maybe mixing in some other guys is a way you try to, see what they can do, see if they can open up some holes on this offense. Now 3rd down and 8. Old Tapan on their own 43. Wayne Hills needing a stop. They've done it so far. Nothing game as we start the second quarter. Correcto out of the gun. Rodriguez to his left. Drops back. And he's going to escape the pressure, and he's going to get out of bounds, and he'll get the first down. Nico Correctio with a great run, evading the pressure and picking up the first down, and Old Tapan moves the sticks.
Looks like Old Tapan's getting a little more comfortable here, getting big plays and lots of yardage. Let's see what his defense can do right now.
10 seconds into the second quarter. First down and 10 from the Hills 47 now. Correctio. Rodriguez to his left. Drops back. And Correctio's going to take off again. He'll break a couple more tackles, and he'll be brought down at the 40. Wasn't Rodriguez in the backfield. My apologies. But Correctio again taking it himself and getting good yardage on the ground.
Looks like the Patriots are focused more on Old Tapan's weapons than their QB. They gotta get their man.
Yeah, and this Old Tapan offense, almost like a mirror image of Wayne Hills, does a lot of damage on the ground here with Correctio and Rodriguez, like Casasanta and Abita. Now a handoff, running left. He's going to break a few, and he is going to get inside the 35. Old Tappan doing an excellent job of coming out strong here in the second quarter and moving the ball really well.
Especially on the ground.
Yeah, especially on the ground. You know, with Correcto and his running backs, Rodriguez, and, you know, the other bats in that Old Tappan backfield, you know, they move the ball really, really well. Move the ball really well on the ground, just like Casa Santana Beta and that Wayne Hills team. So, two teams focused more on the ground game here. Correcto takes the snap, drops back, fires left. He's got a man. And it's down inside the 5. Steve Master was beat on the coverage.
Steve Maston was just looking at the wide receiver, and he didn't get a chance to get a glimpse of the ball. And this defense is really being tested here. First time for Old Tappan in the end zone.
First down and goal at about the 5. A yard behind it at the 6, rather. First and goal, Correcto. Looking. He's going to run right, or left, excuse me, and he's going to be brought down short of the goal line.
And it looks like Hills has learned from the mistakes from earlier. And finally getting to the QB and tackling him.
And Wayne Hills made a couple of big stops around the red zone here in the Valley game, but I don't think Valley ever got this close. Second and goal from the 5. Wayne Hills really needs to come up with a big goal line stop and keep this game scoreless. You know, bend, don't break. I mean, if you give up a field goal, that's going to be a win for your defense, but a touchdown here really stings. And a timeout called. Old Tappan burns one. So they're really threatening here. Second and goal from the 5. Correcchio and Rodriguez have picked up really good yardage, and they've gotten Old Tappan to this spot, and then the long completion has gotten them inside the 5-yard line. And Wayne Hills, you know, they got to come up big here with a stop. We saw it, you know, when Valley was in the red zone a couple times. They came up with big stops, but Valley was never inside the 5-yard line. This is going to be a really good test for Hills' goal line defense. See if they can get a stand here, try and force a field goal. Bend, don't break, like we said. You know, allowing 3 points here is going to be a win for your defense. 9:31 to play in the second quarter.
Let's go, D!
Old Tappan from the Hills 5. Correcchio. Motion from left to right. Fakes the handoff, and he's going to try and dance in. Did he get it? Did he get it?
Looks short.
Stretched it, and he just missed getting in. It'll be down inside the 1 for Old Tappan. Third down and goal.
If they don't get on this third down play, they might go for it on the 4th down just because they're back in their end zone.
About 2 feet from the end zone, Old Tappan. Correcchio hands it off. Rodriguez to the outside, and he's going to get in. Touchdown, Golden Knights. And on a play from inside the 1-yard line, Will Rodriguez takes it into the end zone, running left, diving over a couple of defenders, and Old Tappan gets on the board first. Now they'll try and add on an extra point, make it a 7-point game. Kick is up and good. 7-0 Golden Knights with 8:55 to play in the second quarter. So Isaiah, you know, Old Tappan did a really good job of moving the ball on the ground that drive, and you know, for the Wayne Hills defense, what do you think they have to do next drive to kind of prevent that a little bit?
I feel like they have to do the same. They have to, you know, use their what they have in the backfield and just get yardage and first downs. They have to open up the field a little bit. Get comfortable in the pocket. You know, short throws from Mike Santa for he can get a bit of accuracy, you know, and let's see what this offense can do.
Right, and on the defensive side of the ball, you know, Wayne Hills has just got to limit the big plays there. You know, Torretio ran out of the pocket, got some big gains. Rodriguez with a couple big gains, and then the touchdown run. And, you know, if you're able to limit plays, you're not going to have situations where you're pinned inside your own 5-yard line, you know. Wayne Hills' run stop was excellent in that Valley game. Outside of the touchdown run by Lugo and the one run by Moran last week, they did a very good job. John Testa racked up yards, but they did a pretty good job of limiting the big play. A couple here for Old Tappan, and Wayne Hills finds themselves down a touchdown.
Just like in the Valley game, down a touchdown, but they came and rallied and scored 2 unanswered points in the second quarter and leading 7 before the half. Let's see if they can do this here against the Old Tappan team.
So we're down a similar situation. Wayne Hills deferred, so they will get the second half kickoff. So if you're able to put points on the board and stop Old Tappan, go into the game, maybe, you know, tied up a score, down a score, you know, just trying to put points on the board here and get the opening, the second half kickoff to put you in better position. Now, Old Tappan ready to send it away. Another spiraling kick to the left. It's going to be picked up shy of the 20. And Pontalillo flips over an Old Tappan defender who get near the 30.
It looked like it was going to be a big run, but Old Tappan did not let that happen.
Wayne Hills setting up shop on their own 29. 8:49 to play in the second quarter. Let's see if Casasanta in this offense can get things rolling. Abita in the backfield. Brunetti, Maston, and Pontalillo out wide. Now a handoff. Abita. He'll push forward. Up to about 5. Gain of 3 on the play. 2nd and 7 from the 32. Casasanta fakes the handoff, and he's got Maston over the middle. Down to about the 46.
Like I said, you ever get Mike Casasanta warmed up. Nice and easy throws, very short passes, and hopefully he can get those far passes later in this game.
Yeah, and Maston's a guy who, you know, out of the slot, over the middle, Casasanta just didn't have a lot of flexibility there. He's a guy with almost a safety blanket for him if he can get open and he has time to hit him. Steve Maston's going to be a guy that, you know, he's got really good hands, and he's someone that Casasanta can trust over the middle when he's under pressure. Casasanta again, now a wide receiver screen for Maston. He's going to push forward, and past midfield goes Steve Maston.
Maston has warmed up here. 2 good plays, and let's see what happens next.
Well, down him at the 49, gain of 6. 2nd and 4 for Wayne Hills. Casasanta in the gun. Looks like he's going to take it himself. He does. Tries to spin away, and he does. He's going to run to the left, and he'll pick up some good yardage there. Casasanta looked like he was in a little bit of trouble, but a tough spin move to get away from the Old Tappan pass rush.
Like I said, Mike Casasanta has to use those legs and to get those short throws and get comfortable in the pocket and just score early.
They'll mark him at the 43. A pickup of 6 for Casasanta. 1st down and 10 for Hills. Over 7 minutes to go. 7:05. Abita in the backfield to his right. Casasanta takes the snap, hands it off. Abita's going to try and push forward. Doesn't get much. Maybe a gain of 1.
Offensive line didn't really open up things there. Looks like Otapen's defense just made it a brick wall and just only allowed Hills to get 1 yard.
2nd and 9 from the 42 Abita, gaining 1 yard on that play. Now will come out of the game. Again, it's Gerard in the backfield now. Behind Tasasanta, split out to his right. Tasasanta takes the snap. Looks like he's going to do it himself. Gets outside to the right. And he'll be down at about the 38. And again, Tasasanta doing it himself on the ground. He's showing his ability to be a real dual threat quarterback, hitting Maston with a couple of nice passes and then taking himself and picking up solid yardage on the ground. Third and 6 from the 38 for Wayne Hills. Tasasanta takes the snap. What's left? Fires. He's got Maston again. And he's going to be down on around the 30. And Steve Maston with 3 receptions. Mike Tasasanta, like we said, using his safety blanket in Maston over the middle in the flats. And Maston able to pick up a first down there for the Patriots.
No, like when there's like a score touchdown. Wide shot? Yes.
First down and 10 from the 29. Tasasanta dropping back. Firing left. And looks like he had Pontalillo, but it's batted down. Good coverage in the secondary by the Golden Knights. And it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 29 for the Patriots.
And is Wayne Hill's student section not so happy.
Three receivers split out to the left. Imperato, Pontalillo, and Maston. Now Tasasanta takes it. He's going to roll left. He's going to look to throw. Evades the pressure and then gets tripped up. And it'll be a loss of about 7 yards. And
there's a flag.
Sorry. Not what you need right now if you're Wayne Hills and you're at Isaiah Flag on the field. And then it'll go against Otapan.
It's like a sweep of the leg. Is probably why they threw a flag.
And it looks like it'll just be a warning against the Wayne Hills sideline. Now Tasasanta alone in the backfield. Out of the gun. Takes it, rolling left, firing, and it's going to be picked off. Right into the arms of the Otapan secondary, and the second interception of the half for Mike Tasasanta.
This offense off to a good start, but now a costly mistake. And now this defense has to come out again and try to shut down Otapan's offense.
Tasasanta's first pitch was kind of, overturned by that personal foul, got away, but that one right into the arms of Otapan. And the only good news here for Wayne Hills is that Otapan taking it over at their own 26. Wayne Hills, if they can force a 3 out here, they'll have good field position with under 5 minutes to play in the half. Correctio looking over the sideline. He's got Rodriguez behind him. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, running to his right, going to try and get away, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds by number 52, Nick Lucarello.
Hey, Aaron, how's the hip?
Defense getting rowdy here. Chanting defense, looking for a big play. Or a big turnover.
Yeah, and if Wayne Hills can come up with a big stop here, once again, though, they drew field position with under 5 to play. Handoff. Rodriguez will push forward to about the 28.
Hold your ground.
It'll be 3rd down and 8 from the 29. Daly on the stop. Now a big time situation for here for Wayne Hills. 3rd down and 8. Oltapan inside its own 30. Try and force a stop here and get the ball back, and you can kind of settle down. It'll be in your hands. The clock, I wouldn't say in their favor, but they can kind of handle it a little better if they can get a stop here. Rodriguez to the left in the backfield. Takes the snap, looking, firing, and he's got a man over the middle, and he'll break the tackle, and he's finally brought down by Imperato beyond the 40, and Oltapan moves the chains again. Petinich with the catch there. Gain of 12, and Oltapan with a fresh set of downs at their own 41.
Let's go, D!
Pushing forward is Rodriguez to the 44. Oltapan getting it done on the ground, but you see they're able to pick up good yardage through the air. And with that combination here, Hills has got to worry about Rodriguez and Correcchio out of the backfield, but then, again, getting good yardage through the air is going to kind of catch Hills a little bit off balance, just like they did to Wayne Valley last week out. Second name from the 44. Correcchio looking to the sideline. And a timeout whistle will be blown. It'll be Oltapan burning another one. So 2:33 to go in the half. 7-0 Knights over the Patriots. And Isaiah, this Hills defense has done a solid job. But the Golden Knights, their dual threat of Correcchio through the air and on the ground, as well as adding in Rodriguez and the big-time plays that these receivers can make, kind of fooling the Wayne Hills defense a little bit.
Very true, and they're getting to the wide receivers and opening holes for the running backs. And that's something that this Hills offense has to do if they want to score. Now for this defense, they gotta be on every man possible. And make sure they get some pressure to the quarterback. It looks like he's too comfortable in there.
Yeah, on the Wayne Hills side, it looks like, Tassacinta and Abita have, gotten some holes to run. They've done a decent job. Tassacinta has made some pretty nice gains on the ground. It's just, through the air a little bit. Masson had a few receptions, but then, Tassacinta getting a little bit, ahead of himself with that interception there. Kind of tossed Hills a drive where they were in Oltapan territory, and now Oltapan. Clock's in their favor. 2:33 to go in the half. Second and 8 from the 44. In the shotgun. Takes the snap. Drops back. Rolling right. He's going to throw. He's going to look deep. And it's going to be knocked away, but a flag comes in. Looking for Petinich deep, and it's going to be a PI on Wayne Hills. So a pass interference does go against the Patriots. Ball's going to be spotted at the 41 of the Patriots, and Oltapan yet again getting another big break there. Wayne Hills able to knock the ball away. But again, the penalty's just hurting him here, and Oltapan able to move the ball into Wayne Hills territory. First down and 10 from the 41 for the Golden Knights. Correcchio with a handoff. He's going to break through. He's got some daylight, and he'll be brought down near the 25.
Just when the defense looks like it's about to get something happen or get a big stop, it's just something happens. Either the offense gets a first down and makes a good, great pass, or it's a penalty.
You're right, Isaiah. It just seems like Wayne Hills isn't able to close out drives. They forced a couple punts in the first quarter, but, ever since Correctio's got it going, through the air and on the ground, Wayne Hills just hasn't been able to come up with that big key third down stop. Now 1st down and 10 from the 26. Dropping back. He's going to look for the end zone to the left, and it's batted away by Brunetti.
No flag there. Clean play. And it's a great. It was good for the defense. For this defense.
Joe Brunetti getting up and swatting that ball away. A no-fly zone back there in the end zone, and Correctio was looking for the end zone. Unable to convert there. 1:39 to go. 2nd and 10 from the Pats 26. The Golden Knights nearing the red zone. Took the shot deep, and Wayne Hill's able to snuff it out. Now Correctio drops back again. And he's going to be brought down in the back. Grosjean able to take him down, and Kuhn got in there as well. And a good job by the Hills pushing them back. 3rd down and 10 from the 29 now. It'll be 3rd down and 13. They lost a 3 on that play. Pushing them back to the 29. And Isaiah, this is what we were talking about before. A key 3rd down play here for Wayne Hills. They gotta force Old Tappan to give them the ball back to try and take a field goal. Correctio drops back. Under some pressure. Lucarello can't get there. He's going to try and run to his left. And he's going to pick up significant yardage, but not enough for the 1st down. And Wayne Hills comes up with a big stop on 3rd down.
Good job by Nick Lucarello going all the way. Making sure this defense has a chance to give the offense a chance to score here with 52 seconds remaining. Not sure. And it looks like Old Tappan's keeping their offense out.
4th and 11 from the 27. Correctio was able to get 2 on that play. And, if Lucarello wasn't on the chase there, kind of forcing him to run out of bounds, Correctio might have been able to turn upfield and pick up some more yardage, but now, as another timeout will be called, it'll be Old Tappan using their final 1 of the half. So a situation here, 4th down and 11 from the Hills 27. We'll see what Old Tappan elects to do here. With 52 seconds to go in the half, why not take the shot? You're going to pin Hills inside their own 30 even if you don't convert here. And, why not go for it? Take the shot. You're going to be kicking off to the Patriots in the 2nd half. So, to go up 14-0 after taking a risk like that is going to give you really, a really, really big confidence boost heading into the 2nd half. So, once again, we'll see what the Golden Knights are going to do here on 4th and long.
And for the Hills defense, it's crucial that they get a stop here to give this, to not have Old Tappan score and go 14 up against this Hills before the half. Even though Hills is getting the ball at the 2nd half, it's just a good momentum. It's just good to have a momentum on your side and getting a big stop.
Yeah, right. Both teams looking for a little bit of a momentum push here before the half. Wayne Hills coming up with a big stop here would give them really, really something to look over in the locker room and be proud of. Going scoreless in this 1st half, allowing the touchdown, but knowing that they got to stop and, stop the bleeding a little bit would be big. But if Old Tappan can convert here, that'll be huge for them going up, potentially 2 scores in the half. Correctio alone in the backfield. He's under pressure, but he's going to try and escape. He's rolling to his right, and he's going to pick up another 1st down, and he's pushed out by Pontalillo. And Correctio again using his legs to move the chains for Old Tappan. Unbelievable.
Just once again, this defense laying another QB run, slipped right through their hands. Just when they wanted Old Tappan, they had Old Tappan right where they wanted them. And now, Otapan with another first down.
Correctio loves to run to that right side, and he did it well there. A pickup of 13. Correctio hands it off to the left. And he's going to be brought down at about the 5. It was Correctio on the keeper that time.
30 seconds remaining in this second quarter.
Got to hurry it up. Stop the clock to the line of scrimmage. 21 seconds to go.
It's enough time for the Old Tapan team to score, especially since they're so close. And that the ball's on the 6.
3rd and 2 from the 6. Rodriguez in the backfield to the right. Hills, another 3rd down opportunity to try and come up with a stop here near the goal line. Dropping back, rolling right. Lucarello again on the chase, and he's just going to toss it away. And Wayne Hills finally comes up with a stop, and they'll force Old Tapan to try a field goal. And Old Tapan's field goal unit does indeed come onto the field to try and make it a 10-zip game before halftime. 14 seconds to go in the half.
Well, Aaron, that's much better than a 14-zip game before the second half.
Yeah, you're right, Isaiah. Just, again, you know, the motto, bend, don't break. Give up a field goal here, go down 2 scores, but it's better than going down 2 touchdowns. Kick is up, and it is good. And Old Tapan takes a 10-0 lead here. 10 seconds to go in the first half. And now Wayne Hills, you know, going to try for the bid return here before the half. Only got 10 seconds left. If they're not able to, they'll take the knee and go into the locker room down 2 scores.
Even if you don't get a touchdown and these 10 seconds remaining, if you get close to the field goal range and just kick a field goal, you won't be down by 7 before the half.
You know, with only 10 seconds left, though, Isaiah, it's going to be tough to, you know, take it that far, but we'll see if Hills can, you know, maybe get a bid return here, get him inside field goal range, take it all the way, or, you know, if Old Tapan can kind of lock him up here and force him to take a knee after playing a pretty well played first half. Old Tapan descended away. Maston back deep at about the 5. He squibs it. It'll be picked up at about the 30. Won't get much, and now Wayne Hills' offense will come out of the field. 6 seconds left remaining in the half. Daly picked it up and was able to pick up about 7-8 yards, but at their own 36. At this point, Wayne Hills is going to take the knee and go to the locker room down 10-0. Casasanta takes the snap, and he'll knee it down. And that is the end of the first half as Old Tapan, the Golden Knights, go into the break up 10-0. Patriots held scoreless in the first half. Isaiah, you know, the offense for the Golden Knights was really able to pick it up after the first quarter. You know, with the ground game in through the air, and Wayne Hills never seemed to get it rolling. A couple decent plays here and there, you know, in terms of yardage, but was never really able to get it flowing, you know, like they did last week against Wayne Valley. So, in the second half, you know, we're just gonna key in, you know, on the pass game. What do you think, you know, Wayne Hills needs to improve on through the air in the second half?
I feel like the offensive line should give Mike Casasanta more time. You know, Mike can't always use his legs. And he has to find. He also has to find his open wide receivers. He has to look at all his reads and get his and get that accuracy up a bit.
Yeah, you're right. Casasanta, you know, he's a dual threat quarterback for a reason. I mean, he's got a solid arm, and you saw him, hitting Maston over the middle and in the flats a few times. So if Wayne Hills' offensive line can kind of, stop the pass rush and give him more time to throw out of the pocket, it's going to open up the Hills' offense like they did last week against Valley. So 10-0 Golden Knights at the end of the first half. Don't go away, as we'll be back for the second half kickoff. Welcome back to Old Tappan High School. 10-0 Golden Knights over the Patriots as we get ready for the second half kickoff. Patriots will receive the kickoff, and Isaiah, 10-0 Golden Knights here as we begin the second half. But Patriots played a solid game defensively so far. Offensively, haven't been able to get it rolling. And in just a second after this second half kickoff, you'll give me some of the things that you are going to look for from this offense. But for now, send away, end over end, takes a couple bounces. Maston is going to pick it up near the goal line instead of letting it bounce in, and he is not going to make it to the 20, a little shy, maybe at the 17. And Isaiah just getting back to that. What are some of the things you're going to look for from this offense that was held scoreless in the first half? Had a few plays where, it looked like they did get something rolling but never was able to, follow through on it. What are some of the things you're going to look for out of this Wayne Hills offense?
The running game needs to improve. With the loss of Michael Joyce due to, an ACL injury, they haven't really, it's very tough to, recreate that type of weapon that Joyce is. But no, they did pretty.
Just cast the sand down a sprint to Maston there.
They did pretty well against Valley last week, creating some, getting some nice yardage and getting first downs. But just to recreate what Michael Joyce could do on this field, it's just it's pretty tough. They've tried Dan Gerard, they've tried Noah Bita, but the holes aren't really opening there, and you don't really see that much explosiveness, that we would like to see from this Hills offense.
Yeah, like you mentioned, the combination of Casasanta and Abita, last week against Valley, as Wayne Hills is going to be pushed back here on a penalty against them. So, last week against Valley, the combo of Casasanta and Abita out of the backfield was pretty good. They kind of, had Valley's defense on their heels a little bit, but like you said, it's hard to recreate that explosiveness that Michael Joyce has, and they've just struggled offensively here. Casasanta takes the snap, fires, and he's got a man, and he's going to keep pushing forward. It's Christian Pontalillo with the catch and keeps going.
Now on the other side of the offense, you have the passing game. I would like to see more of that from Mike Casasanta, getting his targets and creating those great first down plays. Oh, now it's
Gain of 8, 2nd and 2 from their own 26. And Isaiah, like you said, that's a good sign for Wayne Hills. Casasanta dropping back and finding Christian Pontalillo for a big gain. Now 2nd and 2. Casasanta hands it off. Abita is going to try and push forward. Doesn't look like he's going to get it.
Once again, that rushing game is just difficult, to not that much room to work with, and just not that many yardage to gain. And for this offense, we see now Mike Casasanta get hot in the last quarter. We need to see more of that. This Hills team wants to win this game. We got to see more of those type of plays. Costly mistake by Casasanta to throw interception, but we want him to get his hand in the game and keep the ball safe.
No down on the play. 3rd and 2. Brutowski in the backfield. Casasanta going to try and take it himself. He's running right, and he's going to move the chains forward for a first down. Casasanta with the keeper moving the chains for the Patriots.
There you go, first down. Fix the chains. Let's go.
He'll push it forward to the 29. Arlen Nasufi checks out. Christian Pontalillo back in for the Patriots. Hills with the 1st and 10 on their own 28. Casasanta hands it off to Masson. He's in motion. He's got nowhere to go, and he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
I like this offense getting creative, but again, just nothing there. You know, I'd like to see more consistency from this running game.
Who lose about half a yard. It'll be 2nd and 10, again from their own 26. Or excuse me, they are going to mark him down as a loss of 1, so 2nd and 11 from the 26. Casasanta takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He doesn't have a lot of room. He's going to run, and he'll be out of bounds. Solid gain there for Casasanta on the run. And it'll bring down a crucial 3rd down for Hills. Pinned inside their own 30.
Let's go, Hills!
That was in our carry-on on the plane.
3rd and 8 from their own 30. Casasanta out of the gun again. Takes the snap, drops back. Casasanta firing left, and he overshoots Pontalillo. And the Golden Knights will force the Patriots to punt.
Once again, this offense playing not quite great, but you can't just discredit this Old Tappan defense. They're really covering each of their man and getting to the quarterback.
Yeah, you're right, Isaiah. You know, we talked about the struggles of the Wayne Hills offense, and obviously the Old Tappan defense has something to do with that. Just, you know, again, playing great in the secondary and up front. Like you said, you can't discredit their effort tonight, holding the Patriots scoreless as D'Argenio gets it away. It'll curve to the right, takes a little bit of a Hills bounce. It'll take a few Hills bounces, and they will down that ball at the 25. And another solid punt out of Ryan D'Argenio, setting up the Golden Knights at their own 25.
Looks like the special team has cleaned up a little bit from especially from last week when they, that big return from Valley in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, you're right. The special teams unit has cleaned up their act. A couple turnovers last week and allowing Testa to take that opening kickoff back 50-plus yards, and that's one area of the game, along with the defense, where Wayne Hills has stepped up. It's just their offense hasn't been able to get it going. 1st and 10. Handoff, Rodriguez, and he'll push forward for a couple to about the 27. Will Rodriguez has been a force on the ground, Isaiah, all night for the Golden Knights, and he's giving them a really, really good, ground game to go with. And then you see, they've done it through the air as well. And while Wayne Hills has done a solid job, keeping them off the board, they've really been able to move the chains a lot tonight, and eventually they're going to get in the end zone. So Wayne Hills has got to focus on stopping Rodriguez out of the backfield. Rolling right, he's under pressure, and he's going to be tripped up. It's Dan Daly getting in the backfield and tripping up the quarterback. And a big play there for Hills. As we'll bring down a 3rd down and long situation for Old Tappan.
Last quarter, this defense was in the same situation where they had a chance to stop this Old Tappan offense, but they would fail to do so. Hopefully they can get it done here and give the ball back to Wayne Hills offense.
Let's go, dude!
3rd down and 10 from the 26 for the Golden Knights. 4 receivers out wide. Drops back. He's going to run again. He's under pressure again, and the pass is short. And Wayne Hills, there you go, Isaiah, forcing another stop. Now they got to do it on the offensive side of the ball.
Very well done by this defense, getting to the quarterback, just like what they need to do in order to get the ball back in their hands on offense.
Let's go, Dean!
Imperato back deep to return. He'll move up to about the 40. Wayne Hills certainly going to get reasonable field position here. End over end kick. Imperato calls for the fair catch at about the 45, and Wayne Hills sets up an excellent field position now to start their 2nd drive of the half. Now let's see if Casa Santa can kind of settle into it a little bit. And let's see if this Wayne Hills defense can make this Old Tappan defense, or I'm sorry, this Wayne Hills offense make this Old Tappan defense work a little bit. Try and extend the drive here, pick up some first downs. A 3-and-out is just gonna, it's just gonna lower your confidence and boost theirs. So, big drive here for Hills, down 2 scores. 1st and 10 from their own 45. Casa Santa drops back, fires over the middle. He's got Maston. And Maston's been the go-to guy tonight for Mike Casa Santa. Another reception and a first down for Wayne Hills.
Very true here. And now this Hills senior section got Channing Stephen Maston from that big play.
Casa Santa drops back. He's got Brunetti and Maston to his right. Pontalillo to his left. Handoff. Running to the left is Brutovsky, and he's going to get a nice gain.
That's exactly what I was talking about. You need that explosiveness from that running game. What a big yard gain there.
And again, Brutovsky, one of the guys who, when Michael Joy's going down, Noah Bita's going to need some breathers. And, you've seen him and Gerard, coming to the mix here for Hills and a big pickup there of 8. Casa Santa fakes the handoff under a little bit of pressure, fires to the right, and again he's got a man. It's Pontalillo, and he is going to move close to the Old Tappan red zone. And here we go, Isaiah. Looks like the Wayne Hills offense has got it rolling.
Good job by Casa Santa getting his man. Again, he needs to, he's keeping the ball safe, making smart decisions. And he has to keep doing this to eventually score and put some points on the board.
That was Brunetti on the reception. Now another first down at the OT 20. Casa Santa again, another screen to Maston. That's been working tonight. Maston going to spin forward for some more yards. And now through the air, Wayne Hills coming out with the aerial attack out of halftime. And it's working now as they are inside the Old Tappan red zone. Second and 4 from the 14. Casa Santa dropping back to the end. Fires. Ball's batted. And it's picked. Wow. Unbelievable. Just when Wayne Hills has things going their way, ball is batted high in the air and picked off again.
Once again, same situation happened in the second quarter. Casa Santa getting hot, getting to Stephen Maston, and then another costly turnover.
Unbelievable for Wayne Hills. I mean, to have the ball at the 14, you're rolling all drive. Casa Santa's in a groove, and then just an unfortunate break there with the ball getting batted at the line of scrimmage. And again, when you have something rolling like that on offense, every coach is going to tell you still got to limit the turnovers. It's it's hard. It's easy to forget, when you're rolling like that a turnover just ends the drive just like that, And with Brutovsky coming in with a nice gain, Casa Santa getting picked off again. It's going to be tough now for this Wayne Hills offense to come out on the field and try and replicate that.
Casa Santa just to settle down, stay comfortable. Hopefully this defense can give them the ball back and just make smart decisions that he did in that drive. And hopefully no turnovers.
Yeah, and you see Ryan DiArgenio over there by the water cooler talking to his quarterback.
We've seen what Cass can do. If it wasn't for those costly interceptions, probably would have been touchdown plays.
And I mean, that last one isn't entirely his fault. The ball's batted at the line of scrimmage really high in the air and unable to knock it down. And now Wayne Hills sets up on defense again. They've been pretty stellar all game. Another stop here to give Casa Santa a chance would be crucial, especially, again, with Old Tappan pinned inside their own 20, from their own 15 now. Handoff Rodriguez. He's going to push forward for a solid gain of about 4. And we see Old Tappan now you know, keeping on, going to the ground game. It's been working all game with Rodriguez on the ground.
Exactly.
It'll be a pickup of 5, 2nd and 5 from the 20.
Exactly, pushing it forward. That's just what you need to do here. Just got to tire out this Hills defense just for they can score again.
And, you know, again, same situation with Old Tappan. The interchangeable backfield has really given them flexibility all game long. 2nd and 5. Again, a handoff. Again, it's Rodriguez pushing forward, and he's going to keep going. And he's got a first down.
Playing very aggressive here. Defense has to find a way to stop this, because if they don't, we can see another touchdown here. And that'll be very bad for Hills.
Imperato makes another tackle.
First down and 10.
If you're Wayne Hills, you got to end the drive here for Old Tappan. Can't let them invade your territory going into the 4th. Got to get a stop here on this set of downs. Another handoff. And Wayne Hills able to stuff the Old Tappan run attack. Little gain of just about 2. Grosjean with the tackle. Second and 8 for Old Tappan. Ball on their own 34. 2:45 to go in the 3rd. Takes the snap. It's a little sweep play. And he's going to be brought down. Again for another short gain. It was Gerard getting in there along with Lucarello.
And Hills learning from mistakes and getting to the running back and make sure no yards are gained. Now another 3rd down situation here. And this is a crucial play here. They need to stop.
Like you said, Isaiah, just another crucial 3rd down situation for the Patriots. If they can get Casasanta another chance to try and duplicate his success on that last drive, and if they can punch it in, it'll be a whole new ball game. 3rd and 8. Old Tappan has it on their own 35. Under 2 to play in the 3rd. Drops back. He's got time. He's going to fire deep. He's got a man, and it's caught. Old Tappan again burning the Patriots deep. And another 3rd down. Huge play for the Golden Knights. And just like that, the story is flipped, and they are threatening now at the Hills 30. And Pickton, it's just, again, you know, we caught a touchdown earlier. I mean, this kid is just, he's huge. There's no one on this in this Hills secondary that can match up with him. And Pitchinich with yet another big play, number 6 for Old Tappan. Again, another pass play, dropping back, rolling to his left, under a little bit of pressure, fires over the head of Pitchinich and out of bounds. Excuse me, I said Pitchinich caught a touchdown. He didn't have to touchdown, but he's had some plays, you know, around the red zone and there. Yet another catch for a long gain. There's Rodriguez who's scrambling in for the touchdown for the Golden Knights in the first half. They lead 10-0, a minute 14 to go in the 3rd quarter. Dropping back. He's under some big pressure. Lucarello on a beat of chasing, and he's going to have to throw it away again. And this Wayne Hills pass rush is doing it on consecutive plays, chasing the quarterback way out of bounds near his own 35.
Good job. 3 white jerseys there. Nowhere for him to go. Only chance was to throw the ball, and none of his wide receivers were close enough for him to complete a pass.
Let's go, D!
Up front, it's Droshin, Lucarello, Woodard, and Osbat. 3rd down and 10 from the Hills 31. Again, another big stop needed for Hills. Rolling right. Under some pressure, Lucarello's there, and Lucarello's going to bring him down.
Finally, Hills can capitalize on these 3rd down situations and get a stop.
Nick Lucarello dead in the backfield. The captain making a big time play, the captain's mate. A big stop on 3rd down, and as the 3rd quarter winds down, they're giving their offense another shot. Only down 2 scores here. And again, they force Old Tappan to punt. Imperato back deep at about the 10. Punt is going to sail over his head into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And Hills will take over at their own 25.
Looks like we can see a same drive from Mike Hazasana, but without a costly turnover.
16 seconds to go in the 3rd. Hills going to start at their own 20. Gonna have to put together an 80-yard drive to punch it in for 7. Just want to get on the board here at a minimum if you're Hills. Honestly, Isaiah, at this point in the game, can't really afford to give Old Tappan the ball back again on offense. Casasanta takes it. Hands it off. Again, running out the middle is Brutovsky.
It's like he missed a wide open hole, but he kept going straight. He could have bounced out and probably would have took it home. Just gotta be aware of those open holes.
3rd quarter clock will run out. And at the end of 3, we got the same score, 10-0. The Golden Knights of Old Tappan lead the Patriots of Wayne Hills, but Wayne Hills has the ball, and they've got a chance to do something here. They've got to put together a good drive here. They've been shut out all game. Had a good drive going last time. Mike Casasanta was finding himself through the air. Maston, Puntalillo, Brunetti, all making big-time catches. And Wayne Hills was rolling, and then just as they were getting inside the Old Tappan red zone, just, again, another costly turnover, batted at the line of scrimmage, up in the air and picked off. It's just unfortunate if you're Wayne Hills, but you got to push it out of your mind and try and score here. You got 12 minutes left in the game.
You know, 10 points is not that much, you know. I think Hills got to stay calm. There's a lot of time. You know, make smart decisions. Get a touchdown. You're only down by 3 points. And then his defense playing very well, so hopefully we can see a tie game or maybe a lead for Hills.
Wayne Hills got a lot of work to do still, but they've got a chance here. 2nd down and 9 from their own 21. They're going to have to put together a long drive here to put some points on the board. And this Old Tappan defense has stood tall all game. Looked like they were breaking down a little bit at the end of that last drive, but again, Isaiah, the turnovers are costing Hills. Let's see if they can eliminate them on this drive. Casasanta takes the snap out of the gun, hands it off. Pushing forward again is Chris Brutovsky, and he'll pick up a solid gain as Sweet Caroline rumbles through the Patriots stands.
Yes. The crowd getting excited, hoping for a first down and a touchdown.
Always a popular hype song, Sweet Caroline. Now 3rd down and 6. Casasanta's got 4 receivers split out, 3 to his right, 1 to his left. He'll throw over the middle. He's got Maston again. And Steve Maston does it again for the Patriots, moving the chains. He's been reliable all night.
Very true. Maston just, I think Cass just trusts Maston and just his major weapon here tonight.
And here we go again with Casasanta finding his man over the middle of the field and just moving the chains. If he can keep doing that and Wayne Hills can put up a score here, it'll be a whole new ball game, and it'll make it very interesting. 3 out wide. A handoff to Brutovsky in the backfield. The knee is ripped down behind the line. And Brutovsky had some nice gains going before that one, and Old Tappan pass rush able to infiltrate him and bring him down there. A loss of 3. 2nd and 13 from the 33. And again, Isaiah, you have to remember the clock is not in your favor if you're the Patriots. 10.5 to go here in the final quarter of play, but you got to work fairly quickly here. As you know, Old Tappan is going to try and take up as much time on their drive as possible. Casasanta dropping back, firing, and it's picked off! And Casasanta is going to make the stop, but yet another turnover and another interception. And now Old Tappan sets up inside the Hills red zone, and that might be the fatal blow.
It's not a good night for Mike Casasanta. 2 turnovers and 3 if it wasn't for that penalty. He's just not in the game tonight. His head's not in the game tonight. He's not comfortable. I don't know what's happening.
Play broke down. It was a screen, and Old Tappan able to jump it. And now they set up with excellent position inside the Hills 15.
But once again, you have to credit this defense. Really pressuring Mike Casasanta.
Let's go, D!
Defense has got to hold him to a field goal here. A touchdown might be the blow that ends it. And a whistle before the play. Someone jumped. And it looks like it will be Old Tappan. They'll get pushed back 5. So a jump off sides there by the Golden Knights. It'll be 1st and 15 from the Hills 20-yard line.
My defense!
Again, out of the gun. A handoff.
There you go.
And a good stop by Hills.
This offense, this Old Tappan offense working the clock, making sure Hills does not get a chance to score.
Go defense! Let's go, D!
Let's see if they hand it off again here. Just try and move a little bit closer to the field goal range and burn the clock at the same time. They do. It's another handoff. And he's going to break through the Hills second level, and he's going to be close to a first. Maybe a few yards shy, but again, just broke through into the second level and he was able to push forward. Hills can't allow that to happen pretty much the rest of the game. They got a lockdown here. A pickup of 9. It'll be 3rd and 3 from the 8. Old Tappan really threatening here. 3rd down. Another handoff. And he's going to keep pushing. Did he pick up the first is the question.
Take the field goal. Come on, defense!
And they're going to give him the first. So Old Tappan moves the chains again inside of the Hills 10. 1st down and goal. Running to the left. Trying to move the pile. And Hills will stop him right there. There's Rodriguez pushing forward. Moving the pile a little bit. Picked up 6. Now from the 2. And a handoff. And it looks like Rodriguez got in, and he did. Touchdown, Golden Knights. Will Rodriguez again on the ground, a force for the Golden Knights. 2nd touchdown of the game.
And this could be the closing to the game.
Yeah, you're right. Hills falling behind even further. This PAT to make it 17-0 Old Tappan with just over 8 minutes to go. The kick again is almost blocked, and it's up and good. Into the back soccer net, and it's 17-0 Old Tappan with 8:01 to go in this ball game, Isaiah. And again, it's just been the story of this second half. Wayne Hills has something going. Bad turnover leads to Old Tappan points, and that's actually the first time that Old Tappan's been able to capitalize. Hills' defense has done a good job of, even on the mistakes, stopping Old Tappan from scoring, and that time Old Tappan was having none of it. Will Rodriguez stampers in for his second touchdown of the game, and situation looking dire for Hills. Got to work really quickly here. Try and, maybe run a 2-minute drill. Try and get a touchdown pretty quick. Get a stop and get the ball back. But once again, for Wayne Hills, situation not looking too promising. Still time, though. 8 minutes. 8 minutes to go is a long time. They're going to have to work quickly, as I said before.
Well, you never know. I've seen a lot of crazy things happen during our high school years.
You're right. A lot of crazy events with this Wayne Hills football team, and
especially Wayne Hills and Valley at the state champs when they came back, scored 2 unanswered touchdowns.
And there's something you mentioned, Isaiah, about Hills. They never say die. They're going to push to the final whistle, but they have to come up with a big offensive drive here if they want a chance. And a little squib hit on the ground is going to be picked up shy of the 35, and Hills with solid field position now. Got to get something going. Like I said, they got to get something going and do it quick. And it seems like Mike Tassasant on the last 2 drives has been more comfortable through the air. I would go back to that. What about you?
I'll say the same, but just be safe with the ball. Make great decisions. Be clever. Make sure you get your wide receivers and just score a touchdown.
Tassasanta dropping back. Now he's pressured. He's going to be forced to throw it away again. And now the pass rush for Old Tappan just coming strong, in this offensive line seems to be breaking down a little bit worn out here near the end.
Not even his legs could help Mike Tassasanta there.
Brutovsky to his right. Tassasanta takes the snap, drops back, looks over the middle, nearly picked again, and now a penalty marker is out. A little bit over the 35-yard line. And it's going to be pass interference on Old Tappan, and Hills gets a break. They'll move up 15 yards. And that might be the big break that Hills needs. Still a lot of time. 7:51 to go. If they can score in the next minute and a half, 2 minutes here, and then get a stop, they've got a chance to make this an interesting ball game. But, I'll say it again. Got to work quickly here. And little margin of error.
Yeah. We got to hope for a miracle here. Just get the drive going. Get comfortable and catch the ball.
Tassasanta drops back. He's got some time, and the ball is batted at the line of scrimmage. It hung up in the air, and it was almost like behind Tassasanta to the point where it couldn't be picked off. But again, this Old Tappan defense making a statement up front, not only getting to Mike Tassasanta, but batting the ball at the line of scrimmage for the second time.
Yes, they haven't given Mike Tassasanta a comfortable pocket, and it's really showing here with two deflected balls and 2 interceptions.
And it's been a returning theme, Isaiah. Last week this is something that happened too. Mike Tassasanta was able to get it going with his feet, but again, just the time in the pocket is just not enough for Tassasanta. Because now he'll drop back. He'll fire to the right, and maybe some miscommunication there as he overshoots Puntalillo. It'll be 3rd and 10. A yard shy of the 50. Now, Isaiah, in the situation that Hills is able to get a 4th and short situation, if you're Wayne Demikoff, do you go for it on 4th down?
I mean, you don't really have much to lose here. You're down. You haven't scored any points, and you're down 17.
Here's Tassasanta again under pressure. He's rolling to the right. He's going to have to make a throw, and it's out of bounds. He was looking for Brunetti. Wayne Hills Not able to get anything to go on that drive. They were aided by the penalty for 15 yards, but besides that, nothing, and they will punt again.
That could be the nail in the coffin here. Just not that much time to work with.
Here's the good news for Wayne Hills. 27 seconds were wasted on that drive. That's not bad. You waste under 30 seconds. You were aided by that big penalty, but still a decent amount of time, a decent chunk on the clock for Wayne Hills as the whistle is blown for the punt. But a decent amount of time on the clock here. Get a stop. But again, Isaiah, even if you do get a stop, your offense has got to get something going quickly. Let's see what they can do. Let's see if D'Argenio can put Old Tappan in dire field position, end over end kick. And again, it takes a Wayne Hills bounce. And it'll be downed around the 11-yard line. And again, D'Argenio doing a really good job of pitting Old Tappan deep, but as of late, Hills' defense hasn't done as good a job as they did in the first half of keeping them there.
Like I said, this special teams is really cleaned up from last week, and the defense is doing decent right now, but we need a big stop here. It's crucial that they get a stop here. And maybe even a turnover and score.
And it looks like Wayne Hills might have jumped. Looks like Otatala was the one. And penalties are pretty much the last thing you need right now if you're Wayne Hills, giving away 3 yards to the Golden Knights.
A lot of penalties tonight, giving both teams a lot of yards, but it seems like more for Hills.
OT moves up 5 yards, 1st and 5 from their own 16. Rodriguez to the right. A handoff. It's Rodriguez running to the right. He'll pick up about 3. Here's the snap. Tateson himself running to the right. He's got some room. Makes a cut back, and he'll be taken down around the 20. Abida on the stop. OT at its own 20, 3rd down and 1. Clock keeps ticking, nearing 6 minutes to go in the final quarter of play.
Another penalty there. Once again, this game flooding with penalties, and very costly penalties as that.
So no foul on the play. Situation remains the same. 3rd down and 1. Old Tappan at their own 20-yard line, leading 17-0. Now under 6 to go in the game. Hills defense in desperate need of a stop right now. They'll hand it off. And it's Rodriguez again breaking through, and he'll be taken down at the 30. Another 1st down on the ground for Old Tappan.
This defense might be a bit tired. Looks like Old Japan will use its running backs to wear out this defense and possibly run out the clock with only 5 minutes remaining.
Here's Rodriguez again running to the left. And he's brought down by Punalillo. 4:45 to go in the game, and Wayne Hill's running out of time. Really need to stop here on this set of downs. Can't let OT extend the drive anymore. The Golden Knights have been doing an excellent job all game on third downs, on big play, on third down and long, moving the chains, on on plays where Hills needs a crucial stop, just keeps on moving. And it's been a real backbreaker for this Hills defense. Can't let that happen again here now. Need a stop here. Clock is not your friend, and it keeps ticking. Nearing 4 minutes to go in this game. Rodriguez again on the ground, pushing forward, and he's going to be brought down about a yard shy of the first. A pickup of 5.
Another third down situation. Hopefully a stop here. This is Wayne Hills Patriots. Or even better, a turnover.
Golden Knights with a 3rd and 1 situation on their own 39. And the clock just keeps rolling. Once again, Hills has all 3 of its timeouts, not electing to use one here and stop the clock. Handoff, Rodriguez, he's going to push through, and he's got more as he flips over, but he'll pick up the first. And it's Will Rodriguez again on the ground, getting to the second level of this Patriots defense and moving the chains. It's been the story all night.
Like I said, I knew this Old Japan was going to use their running backs to wear out this defense because they've been out here a lot. And it's just, you get tired, and this offense can't really produce anything, so they're probably worn out.
Yeah, and the run game has been the main focus of this Old Japan offense, but, and then through the air, they've gotten big plays as well. Just really, really solid performance here by the Old Japan coaching staff and the Old Japan offense, as they will use a timeout here with 2:43 remaining. Time is really running out for Hills here, and another first down might just seal the game. Patriots fought hard, but the turnovers killed them. And they
penalties.
They did have something going on a couple drives, and then, turnovers are just killers in any sport, especially football. And, Patriots just weren't able to finish off the drive and, just punch it in.
And especially when this offense got hot, just costly turnovers and big mistakes. I mean, how can you come back from that? But this Wayne Hills team just won't give up until the clock hits 0.
First and 10 from their own 43. Again, Rodriguez is going to push forward here for a solid gain of about 4. It'll be a gain of 3. 2nd and 7. From their own 47. Clock continues to roll down, nearing the 2-minute mark in this one. Another handoff. Rodriguez trying to push forward, and Hill's doing a good job there of stuffing him at the line. A pickup of maybe one as Wayne Hills calls a timeout with 1:55 to go. Both teams have now burned a timeout here in the second half. They'll call it a gain of 1. 3rd and 6 coming from Old Tappan's own 48-yard line.
Just a tough loss, and after coming from a win from Valley, it's just it's upsetting. Wanting to get another win, an away game again, but you gotta remember Hills had 3 away games, but the Valley game was kind of home because they were close and it's a town rival, so I guess that's why they got the win there. But 3 wins, that really wears out a team. I mean, the 3 away games really wears out a team, and they'll finally be home next week against Fairlawn.
Yeah, right, Isaiah. I mean, 3 environments that you're not used to with a brand new offense, and quite frankly, losing that many seniors, it's almost like a new team. And to not have a home game, to not be comfortable on your own turf through 3 weeks of this season is tough on a young team, as they're going to suffer another tough loss here. The defense played hard, and once again, as he rolls out to the right, he's got some room to get to about midfield. And again, the offense had its struggles. It got hot at times, like you mentioned, just like last week. They were able to put points on the board last week against Valley, and Old Tappan, a little bit of a tougher opponent than Wayne Valley, and their defense was able to snuff out every attempt that Hills, was trying to make, and especially when they got close, Hills just wasn't able to capitalize. As Hills uses their second timeout, they've got 1 left, 1:44 to go.
This has to be a game that Mike has to forget. 2 interceptions. You can't be thinking about that next game. You gotta refocus and just try to score. It's tough going scoreless, but this has to be a game that Mike has to forget. Start fresh and be as good as new, and be as great as he was against Valley, against Fairlawn at home next week. We've seen what he can do with a decent protection from the offensive line and from his wide receivers, especially Steven Maston.
Old Tappan did a punt on the way on 4th and 3 from midfield. It's punted high and shallow, and it's Dale there to make the fair catch.
And this offense coming out again with 1 minute and 37 seconds remaining. Probably looking to just run the ball and get some short passes, just to feel a little better about yourself.
Casasantes got trips to his right, Brutofsky also to his right in the backfield. He'll run right, and he'll fire, and he's got Brunetti on the sideline. Stops the clock, 1.5 minutes to go. First and 10 from the 29. Casasanta takes the snap. Woods left, fires, and he's down a man again. Now on the left side. And that's Pontalillo corralling that one. Now Hills from their own 43. Tasasanta rolling out, and he's got Maston. And the Wayne Hills pass game is getting it going here late. Like you said, Isaiah, maybe just trying to feel a little bit better about yourself, and going in that suite with something to look back on. At the end of the game, we really tore up the Old Tappan defense. It'll be something to look back on positively. Tasasanta fires, and Puntalillo makes a nice catch as he had to turn around and bring it back into his body, and that's 4 consecutive receptions now and completions for Tasasanta. Clock stops again, 46 seconds to go, and a 1st and 10. Now at the Old Tappan 37-yard line. Tasasanta takes the top again, rolls left. He's got time. He fires again to the left sideline. And again, it's Brunetti with the catch. And Tasasanta looking pretty comfortable now. Too little, too late. 41 seconds to go.
Like I said, we know that Mike Tasasanta can complete these drives and score, but just tonight, just the turnovers, just not a little good decision making. But also, you can't discredit the Old Tappan defense.
So on 2nd and 2 from the OT 30, Tasasanta under pressure, forced to throw it away. 37 seconds to go on the clock. 3rd down and 2 from the OT 30. Wayne Hills might try and punch it in and get 7 on the board here to avoid the shutout. They were shut out 2 weeks ago in South Carolina. Tasasanta, Brutowski to his right. He'll fire a wobbly pass deep, and he's almost picked off again. Would have been his 4th interception of the game. But it'll be 4th down and 2 from Hills, for Hills at the Old Tappan 30 with 31 seconds. And if they're unable to convert, the Golden Knights will come out and take a knee, and this one will be over. Old Tappan student section just as loud as they've been all night as Tasasanta finds Maston again out of the slot. And Wayne Hills takes a timeout to stop the clock. They'll get a 1st down as they move closer to the end zone.
This Hills offense got a little nice drive going here, but just once again, like you said, a little too late. And, well, hopefully they score.
Hills with a fresh set of downs on the Old Tappan 20. 26 seconds to go here in the ball game. Tasasanta has found a lot of success on this drive, Isaiah, and you mentioned it, I mentioned it, and it's just something to take into next week with the confidence that he can do it, and his teammates are going to have that confidence as well. Watch him complete these passes. Tasasanta's got trips to the left, Puntalillo on his right. He's going to look right, he's going to look for the end zone, and Puntalillo dives, trying to make the catch, and the flag is out. Could this be against Old Tappan? So they are going to move Hills forward. They'll mark the ball at the 10. Penalty against Old Penn moves them up 10 yards, and with 20 ticks on the clock, first down and goal from the 10. If Hills can punch it in here, they will avoid a shutout. Casasanta. He's got two split out wide. Fires. And he's got Pontalillo. He's short of the end zone. He's going to keep going. And they're going to rule that a touchdown for Christian Pontalillo. Touchdown, Wayne Hills Patriots.
And Hills avoids a shutout. And Mike Casasanta completed a nice drive there, showing that he can score a touchdown, that he can make great decisions.
And Pontalillo looked like he was going to get brought down, kept churning, and was able to convert. Now Jordan Thiel on for the extra point to make this a 17-7 game. Thiel's kick is up and good. And the Patriots put 7 on the board here with 11 seconds to go.
This gives a good feeling to the fans of this Hills Patriots team. You know, just not getting shut down and being able to score. You know, it's better than nothing.
And, you know, for all the mistakes, the turnovers, and just, you know, the offense not performing, you know, up to standard, Wayne, you know, Coach Demikoff, he's got to be happy with that drive, especially out of his quarterback who's had a tough night. He's got to be proud of him and just the way he was able to keep his composure there.
Very much agreed.
And now Hills will send it away to the Golden Knights. They'll take a knee.
This is a game where Mike Casasanta has to learn from his mistakes and start fresh next week and just go out there and play the best game of his life.
Thiel to send it away. Kid takes a bounce. And
Hills was very close to recovering that ball. But only 9 seconds remaining. Not much you can do here.
A little bit of a skip on that ball. High bounce. Old Tapan has it. 9 seconds to go. They'll knee it down and walk away with a win at home. They'll improve to 2-1. Patriots going to fall to 1-2. In victory formation, and the knee down will end it. And the Golden Knights of Old Tapan defeat the Wayne Hills Patriots 17-7. Will Rodriguez, 2 total touchdowns, 2 on the ground. And, you know, Wayne Hills couldn't get it going until that final drive there. And the offense, you know, was stagnant for most of the games. There were times on drives that they got hot, like you said, Isaiah, and they were threatening at times, but we're never able to finish it off and convert. And, you know, like you said, you got to give credit to this Old Tapan defense. You know, just standing tall all game, allowing 0 points through 95% of the game. Making big plays, 3 turnovers. I mean, just a great all-around game for Old Tapan. Wayne Hills will have senior night next week at home for the first time this year against Fairlawn. That's it from North Valley Old Tapan High School. I'm Aaron Hook alongside Isaiah Ahumada and our cameraman, our lovely cameraman, Billy Busaka. Good night.
You guys are good?